at the end of the day, the prosecutor, they're not like holding all their cards going, he, I'm going to get him when court comes. They're going to hit him with as much as they can to get this guy to plead out. You know, take a plea of life without the possibility of parole and take the death penalty off.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to do, because at the end of the day, if all they have is unreliable phone pings and DNA on a sheet that's touch DNA.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's gonna be a juror who don't think that that's enough.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know, and so they're not going to keep all their cards close to the vest, so to speak, when it comes to that. There's no point in that. He's going to get access to all those things in discovery and have his opportunity to defend against all of the evidence that's presented against him.
Yeah.
No, it's not. This isn't TV.
No.
This isn't Law and Order.
They don't have much more than what's
right,
presented so far.
I think they do. Here's the thing. There's an article, an airmail article that states, talks about the case. And it talks about Dylan changing her story. It says that initially she had stated that she had fallen asleep. Then later on that day, she changed it to the story that we have seen in the probable cause affidavit, that she saw somebody in that, whatever. Who's to say it didn't change again and a name came out? Now, the reason why I think that they were on to Brian Kohlberger pretty soon is, if you look at page 15 of the probable cause affidavit, it states that the phone number that Brian had connected to a tower in Moscow, but they don't believe that he was in Moscow on that date. So, you know, if everything is correct in that statement, then how would they know where he was that entire day unless they were watching him?
Right.
And why would they be watching him?
Yeah. Actually, I think they probably had him pretty early too, honestly. Police and
I do too. I do too, but the thing is, I think they're trying to protect something, and that thing that I think they're trying to protect is the fact that this guy may have had access to police equipment.
Oh shit.
May have been stalking them using. Yeah, well, he was a PhD going through the criminology class, and from what I've been able to understand, there is you become an intern for the WSU or the Pullman Police Department. I'm sorry, and you apply in the spring to start to be an intern in the fall, and there's been some documents released here recently of evidence of that. You know, that was something else that Kim told me before that documents were released. She's like, I believe he was an intern at WSU because that's one of the things that you have to do and complete in that PhD program. That's a prerequisite if you want to finish the course and get your PhD. It must be done. And so there's a possibility. And then you look at the words that they used in the search warrant, and for the reasons to seal it is to protect the law enforcement. Why would they need protecting from something unless, you know, there's a little bit more to the story and he was involved in using possible equipment, especially if he was an intern. You know, I think it was the Golden State Killer was a cop.
Right. He was. Yeah, he was buddied up with cops. Yep.
So this guy just seems to be kind of following that line.